Hi, everyone. This is EstaRa with a message for you. It is Thursday, March 9th, 2017. I hope you're all doing well. I have had a crazy last couple of days since I've left the last video. I did an energy body upgrade for my clients and for myself. And I have to tell you, this one really kicked me in the butt, and I haven't even finished the write up on it. There's not that much information. It's just really powerful, and I was like exhausted yesterday. I just couldn't function practically. And it was a beautiful day here in Connecticut, and yeah, I was cold and chilly and didn't feel well. Anyway, I'm here with a message for all of you. I'm doing the reading that I promised the other day, so I'm doing that for you now. So this reading goes for the week, but I have to tell you, I'm feeling like there's a lot going on in the universe, and I feel like it's really imperative that we pay attention to our inner voice. And I have to tell you, I've been really busy, so it's been harder for me to pay attention. Um, I've been catching up on things and trying to keep up with everything. All this human stuff is just too much. I can't do it all. I feel like I love what I do for work, but I can't the human thing. I just want to scream. All the human stuff with, making sure all my emails are read. By the way, I have 3 email accounts and they're all crazy busy all the time and I can't keep up with them. So I don't. Um, and social media, I'd like to be on it more often, but it's really hard to do it. I've got a lot going on, and it's a good thing, but at the same time, I need help. So I'm asking the universe to bring me help, and I feel like we're in this space where we can ask for whatever we need, and it's going to come to us. So I'm putting it out there again to my angels. I need help. Bring me help. Um, but I say that in jest, but the truth is, we are totally at a place where we can put out there what we need, and it will show up and come to us. So I'm manifesting that, and I know it's going to work, and I know things are going to happen. My manifestation powers have been back again recently. They're just showing up and doing things I need them to do. And I feel like all of us are in a state of flux. And, from my last video, we were in that like in between, like our one leg here, one leg there. And it's like this real in between thing. And it feels in between. We're not quite in the fifth dimensional fully. We're there probably more often than not, but we're not quite there yet because we have the human stuff that's keeping us weighted down into like more of a 3D thing, but also because the energies are in flux. We're like in flux. And I feel like we're going to be this way until the equinox on the 20th. And I also feel like this full moon coming in, it's going to be in, I believe, Sunday it's coming. So within the next 3 days, which we're already just moving into that energy. And I have to tell you, I feel like it's going to be really powerful energy. Well, yes, a lot of stuff is very powerful energy, but I feel like that will be. And I really feel so much changing and transforming each of us as twin flames. And I really feel like the universe has beaten and battered us to the extreme in many ways. And so a lot of us are taking more and more time to go inward. Now that's something I've been talking about for months. Back in October, I told you, or actually back, I think it started in September, where my guides, literally every message they gave me for you was make yourself a priority, make yourself a priority. And they gave it to me too, by the way. So it was really like they were just, you have to be a priority, make yourself a priority. I'm gonna move the microphone. Just I'm afraid the volume might be really loud. So maybe this will make it better. Um, I'm a loud talker. So I feel like a lot of this energy is really about making us a priority and being that. And so back in October, I really did. So I make me a priority every single day. And the last couple weeks, it's been really hard for me to stay in my priority for me. I do it reluctantly sometimes, and I do it knowing I have 1,000 other things going on, and my head will be darting everywhere. But that's just because there's a lot happening in the world right now, and a lot happening in the ethers, but also in this physical world. So lots going on, and it's pulling us all different directions. So, with that being said, again, make yourself priority. And I think a lot of you have been heeding that call. Whether you have or not, I don't know, but I'm assuming some of you have. What they're telling me as I'm talking to you is that it's really imperative that we do listen to that part of us that needs quiet, that needs silence, needs to be away from everything, that needs to just be in their own space. We are like literally downloading new light codes almost daily over the last couple months. They're showing me it's really pretty, like sacred geometric shapes are coming into us. That's what I'm seeing right in front of me right now. Um, and they're explaining to me that those light codes are to align us for union, and it's really intense, and it will make you exhausted, it will make you angry, it will make you tired, it'll make you sick. You'll have symptoms of like a flu or something, and that is not a bad thing. It just simply means it's working on your body, your energetic level, and it's actually working through you, and you're working through it. And so with that being said, be prepared for the times where you just want to curl up into a ball and hide. I got to tell you, there's days that I just want to hide like you would not believe. Like, I want to go out in public if I have to, and I want to like cover up so nobody notices me or sees me. And part of it is that's not possible because my light just shines through. And I know that because people out of nowhere will just look right at me. And I think, ooh, they felt me walk by them. Ooh, they saw me. Um, which they don't even, I don't think they even understand why they're drawn to my energy, but it's light. It's light. So all of this is the journey. This is part of the journey to union. And a lot of us get really caught up in, I want to be with my twin. I want to be with my twin. I want to be with my twin. But we forget that part of the union is actually healing all this crap within us, outside of us, between us and our twin. That has to happen because that's actually happening for everyone in your soul group. That's happening for everyone outside of you. That's happening for the whole planet, basically. And so we get caught up in, this is what I want, and then we get to the point when it doesn't happen, or we expect something and it doesn't happen, and we're forgetting that the journey actually is where we are right now. We're actually in journey to union. We're in union. My guides are correcting me. We're in union, but the journey to the physical union is what we're doing right now. So rather than being negative and angry about where you're at on the journey to union or physical union, it's really important that we honor and love where we are in this moment. And oh, I got to tell you, I say this to you and it feels so beautiful and accurate because, by the way, I'm in channel. So of course it's beautiful and accurate when I say it to you. But in my human self, I can tell you and I can guarantee earlier today and later today, I'm probably going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll feel like I'm in a funk or whatever will happen. It'll all come across my mind at some point, and then I recognize, holy crap, you know, really, I'm still waiting. Really, I don't understand this. Like all that stuff that happens to me too. It's not just, happening to all of you. It happens to me. But the good news is I get brought back much quicker. And being in channel is such a beautiful thing because when I'm in this good space, this energy, this high vibe, I'm able to convey it to you in a way that makes sense. I'm hoping. Although I say things and I feel like I don't make any sense. It just goes all over the place. Somewhere inside your soul, I'm assuming you're picking it up. So I feel like, this is our journey to union. So let's stop knocking it and let's stop being angry about it and let's just freaking enjoy every moment that we can. I feel like a lot of us are doing that proverbial waiting until when I get, when this happens, and then we'll be happy. I think a lot of us have gotten into that old pattern that's still ingrained in humanity. And I'm sorry, I just hit the laptop, so it's sort of bouncing. As you know, I'm sitting in a different place than I usually sit. I'm sitting on my sofa because I'm being lazy. Um, so we get so caught up in that I think we forget that every day is a new day and that we need to think about being happy, just being happy. Think happy. Think happy. I actually like that. Think happy. Because that's the frequency you want to be in. That's the high vibe you want to be in because that actually amplifies your energy, makes it faster, raises your frequency higher, which and ultimately is drawing in your twin quicker, drawing in the relationship quicker, the union quicker. And in that drawing in, by the way, all that shit gets kicked up. And I'm using the word shit because that's what I feel like it is. All that stuff gets kicked up and that needs to be cleared and removed and plowed through. And when you're in the high frequency, it's really easy to clear and plow through. When you're in the low frequency, it's not as easy. And I know for myself, when I need help, I'll call a friend to do some help with me. Like, sometimes it's really weird. I'll call a friend and say, okay, I just need you to listen to me and I need to ramble into your ears because then all of a sudden I channel the answer to all my questions by just conversing with a friend. And that's how I get help for myself. Um, so we need help. We can't do it all alone. So if you're not in the think happy phase, I get it. I've been there and I'm there sometimes. Really important that you work on getting happy. And I say that in a way that sounds really facetious, but I don't mean it that way. And I don't mean It's easy to do because it's really hard to do when you're longing for the love of your life and you're longing for that beautiful soul that you feel completes you in some way. And I say completes you in some way because the truth is you're whole and complete as a being. You're just missing the other half of the whole and complete. And it doesn't mean that you're not capable of living. It just means that they're they're coming. They're not here yet. And so I don't know, I just want you to all know that we're in this together. We're not alone. We have each other. And that's the beauty also of this timeline. We have the ability to connect with other twins, other people we love, and other people who can love us. Who we can love and love us. And I say that because we've been in a world where competition, because of the masculine energy being so predominantly on our planet, the masculine energy has taken over where we feel like we have to compete with one another, like this person did this person did that, blah 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 blah. I've never been like that, and I can't foresee me ever really being like that because I really believe we're here to help each other. um and I just saw 222 on my clock, so it's 2:22 in the afternoon, and it feels to me like when you're in that old paradigm energy of like I'm better than you or you're better than me, or um I do it my way and it's better than that way. When it happens like that, that's not new paradigm energy. That's not love based. That's fear based actually, because if you're not good enough, you're going to want to be better than. And so if you feel good enough as you are and you are enough, then you're not going to try to outdo anybody else. You're actually going to be supportive of them and offer advice to them and offer love and support to them. Here's a great example. So, several years back when I was in politics, I had left and I temporarily went into insurance. Yes, I know. Bad field, bad field. Actually, surprisingly, they hired me. I was shocked because I totally don't fit the mindset of an insurance company. Everything was like gray cubicles, like you felt like a rat in a maze. And and no offense to the rats, being in this like gray cubicle was horrible. So I literally took like really colorful calendars I would have on my wall, and I would put the pictures all over, and I would hang things from the ceiling. I made it very playful and happy for me because I needed to survive this like gray environment. Um, but I remember being back there, being in the company, and I remember like the way I learn things a lot is by teaching others, right? So I would create like a little manual, things I need of what I'm doing. I would prepare minutes for our meetings, and they've never done that. They never did that before, and I'm thinking, well, half our staff isn't here. Why don't we have minutes? And so I would do that, and that was my personality to create all these things. And it was because I wanted everybody to have a piece of it. Everybody should experience what I'm experiencing. Everybody should learn what I know, and I should be able to teach what I know so that everybody could be on the same page. That's how you help one another. That's how you team build. That's how we come together. That's unity. That's been my consciousness all my life. That's not brand new. That's always been my consciousness. But let me tell you, in that insurance company, I went up against a wall every single time with people from the old mindset. I guess I always had the new mindset. They had these like, oh, we need to hold it in. We can't let anybody see what we have here. Oh my gosh, we can't let them see because if we do, then I won't be needed anymore. But what people don't realize on a greater scheme, not just in insurance, not just in that company, but on a greater scheme, we're all a piece of the puzzle, and we are so needed and so necessary at this time on this planet. So there's no you and in them. There's no us and them. It's us. It's us. It's just us. And I feel like that's really the message of unity, and the message that twin flames are here to teach and bring. So if you're having like a little jealousy, if a twin is coming together, another couple you find out is coming together, or a couple's not coming together, or you're not coming, something's happening, and if you feel jealousy or feel anger, look into you. Where is that coming from? Is that from a previous life? Is that from this life? What's triggering that inside of you, because that should not happen anymore and that shouldn't be there. I feel like a lot of us we get scared. A lot of people get scared and they feel like they need to control something. So when you hold information, you're controlling things. So sharing whatever you have and whatever you know, that's the gift that you give to everybody, because every one of us again is the piece of the puzzle. And my dad does puzzles all the time, so I'm thinking of his puzzle and how each piece is so important. You can't just throw one out because it won't fit everything together. It'll be an empty spot opening. You can't just select what pieces you want. You can't select like, oh, I think I'll just put these pieces here and these I don't need. doesn't work that way. So think of the world, our planet, the globe that we live upon, as this massive puzzle, and each one of us is a piece in it. And we do what we came to do. And not only are we a piece in it, we as couples are even. So if you want to equate us to a puzzle, we can say that the couples are the bigger pieces on the in the puzzle. So they're the bigger corner pieces. um, but we're so important, and I feel like we just need to remember what we're here for. We're here of service to all of us. It's not just about our romantic love, not just about our needs. Yes, that's absolutely necessary, and let me tell you, when I doubt and when I get into fear and when I feel hopeless or frustrated, it's because I forget we're here for a greater thing. And I get stuck in my own personal stuff of like, I want to get married. I want a baby with this man. I want to have a life with this man. I want it to begin now. We've been waiting for so long. He's in love with me. I'm in love with him. What the hell's taking so long? I'm sure you've all heard that story before. I'm sure each of you have that in your own life. Well, that's my own experience right now. But I'm sure all of you have had that, have it, or are having it. And while that's a truth on this dimension, there's a bigger story, a bigger picture, and that's what we have to remember. And that's what keeps me motivated going forward, because there's days I want to give up. If you know any of my handful of very close friends, you would, if you knew them and you talked to them, they say, oh yeah, she gives up pretty much like at least once a week. She wants to be done, can't help anybody, she's not good, not. I would say I'm not good enough, I can't help anybody because this is crazy. I don't think I can help this world, it's falling apart, blah blah blah. At least once a week I do that. I say at least because it's probably more than that. um, and on any given day, it could be more than one time. So I'm joking a little bit in jest, but that is true. And that's only because I step away from what I know and hear to be true and what I know inside of me is going to happen. When I step away from my truth and step away from the real meaning of unions and twin flame love and twin flame magic and twin flame mission, when I step away from that is when I get scared. So if I can remember to bring myself back there, then it will help me going forward. And I hope that helps you. I know it sounds like I'm just rambling, and I am. But it's not just. I feel like these are very clear messages that are coming through me right now, and they're also for me as much as they are for you. So thank you for letting me share this with you. It's like talking to my friend on the phone. I hope you guys don't mind. Um, I feel like we are in such a time where really we need to cherish what's here for us, because a lot of us forget that there's this beauty in the journey. We forget that there's a beauty about this journey, because what we learn on this journey is what we can teach others, but not only teach, but help others jump over perhaps in the future, jump through, get through it in a different way. We will be able to give them more of who we are, and we'll be able to do our mission more fully. So that's that part of the message. And now I'm going to get onto the cards. I know I've just been all over the place crazy. So let me see what we could do for these cards. So I ask for the Twin Flame Collective and all Twin Flames, a divine, successful physical union, to join with me now. I know you're all here, but I want you to help us with the cards. Let's pull 3 cards for this coming week. It'll be for the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, for um, union, the energy of union and relationship, and bring that to us now and help us to see where we are. I'm a pure and perfect channel of healing, light, and love, and I'm here to bring messages of truth, hope, faith, and love. So it shall be. All right, let's see what we have here. So for the divine masculine, again, I'm going to preface like I try to do every video, and I don't always remember to do it. Divine masculine refers to those twin flame counterparts that are embodying the energies of the divine masculine. They do not have to be male necessarily. They can actually be female. um it is just the energy of being a divine masculine, and where the divine feminine is the same thing. It's like being the energy of the divine feminine, or carrying those frequencies. And here's a little tidbit on a side note from all of this. So with my twin, um on his journey, in his previous relationships with people, he has been more of the divine feminine, and like that's been more expressed in his life, whereas in my life I've been more of the divine masculine. Okay, however, since I met him, it became this way. So I became more of the divine feminine expression. He's starting to embody more of the divine masculine, and that's who I want is my divine masculine, because I know from this lifetime that is who he is and that is who I am as the divine feminine. He's a divine masculine, but we flip flopped because in my life I had to be more assertive, more of the masculine energies and more of the masculine roles. So the beauty of twin flames, we're one and the same, right? We're the same individual. We just expressed slightly differently each time. So we flip flop back and forth. Okay, that's just a little side note. Let's get on with this reading. I know you're all waiting and you're like, oh my God, I have to listen to you talk longer. Okay, I have to do this because I have to run out the door for a meeting. So here we go. The Divine Masculine, the card is Four of Hearts. Oh, here's what's interesting. This card, what I am like immediately drawn to is this beautiful mermaid. And I'll show you the card in just a moment. And she's crying because she's wiping her tears and she has a broken heart. So I'm going to show that to you. Hope you can all see that. Wow, that's probably the best picture I can have of this video without the glare. Maybe I should do this on my sofa more often. I don't know. It's not very comfortable for my back, though, I must tell you. So when I look at this card, I'm drawn to the one, she's got a broken boat. She's holding her surrender flag. Thing that I am drawn to, surrender and the tears. This is the divine masculine undergoing massive transformation and change, which to me symbolizes the world, his world. And I'm going to say his for divine masculine just for it's easier. His world is being pulled out from beneath him like a carpet being pulled out, like his boat being broken and sunk. And that he's on his last leg and he's giving up. He's like, I'm giving up. But he's not giving up the journey. He's giving up the control. He's finally like, I surrender. I've been through hell. I don't want to continue this anymore. I know it needs to change. Show me. Show me the way. And here's what's beautiful. If you see, there's three beautiful mermaids up, actually, one, two, three beautiful mermaids on dolphins up here. To the dolphins to the rescue. When you look at this card, and you see these beautiful mermaids. I messed up the card thing. So when you see that, what jumps out to me is all this help is there. All this help as our beloved masculine is going through their pain, their emotions, their broken heart. And you'll see there's a broken heart here, a missing piece, trying to find and make sense of all that's transpired. Now, what's interesting is what I'm being told as I'm talking to you about this card is that what's transpired is not just right now in the last week or the last 3 weeks or last month or last 2 months, last quarter. What's been transpiring all their life. It's like hitting them like a ton of bricks, is what I'm being told. Like it's hitting them really hard. And a few weeks back, I think we said they're starting to crack open their hearts a little more and they're being in their heart. Maybe even a month ago. Oh my God, time just flies. So their heart is being more opened, and if their heart is being more opened, they're feeling more, so they're in the feelings, and that's what this card symbolizes. Look at all the water in this card. Just I think of water being really emotional, and I think of being like, kind of lost in my emotion, but they kind of need to be in order to surrender. The divine masculine has been very capable of compartmentalizing and shifting things out of their mind so it's not there fresh in their mind. It needs to be, right? Because you can't change unless it's there. So this is a really powerful card for the divine masculine. Let's see where the divine feminine is at. Ah, I like this card, even though I know some of you are like, I know, I've already looked at me, I know myself, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this card is the Child of Swords. It's Pinocchio looking in the mirror. Let me show you that. Do you see? Looking within. So to me, when I look at this card, the first thing I am completely drawn to is the fact that Pinocchio is not only looking in the mirror, but saying, I am you. Recognizing who you are. And what I feel in this, it's like you're the divine feminine, you're beginning. She's beginning to see who she truly is. And she's beginning to recognize with all this stuff she's been through, all this path, all this like magnificent change. I say magnificent, doesn't always feel that way, but it is magnificent because it's like major, dramatic, kicking away of old energy. So all of this stuff that she's been through, she's finally seeing taking away everything, becoming vulnerable, and seeing herself for who she really is, which is awakening to who she is, right? That's what she's doing. And when she looks inside and sees herself, she's also recognizing where she may have been blocking the union. I know, I'm sure some of you are like, okay, I'm shutting this woman off. I don't want to listen to her anymore. Not going to listen to her talk anymore. I've done my work. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Um, it's not my turn. He needs to do his thing. The divine masculine has to come to me. And I say he, again, meaning divine masculine doesn't mean a man. Um, he needs to do his thing. Why is he not doing his thing? Like it's like, I can't be the one reaching out anymore. Blah, 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 blah. There's nothing else for me to clear. There's nothing else for me to heal. I'm telling you this because my guys are talking to me. So look at this card again. Check this out. Do you see that? Okay. This card is saying to the divine feminine, look inside of you. Where are you blocking the energy? Where are you keeping love from you? Where have you been keeping love from you? To me, this signifies that we are doing that the divine feminine is looking at that, saying, where am I putting up the blocks? Where have I put up the blocks? Now, you might have been clearing all along. It doesn't mean that you're not pulling blocks up back up again. They're not coming in again. All that stuff could be happening. But what's important for you at this moment is to say, where am I feeling the negative energies in my life? Where am I afraid of success? Where am I afraid of union? Where am I afraid that I am not going to be good enough for my beloved? Where am I afraid enough that he or she is not going to love me as I am? Where are the fears? And where is the expectations that I'm using to block me from allowing my beloved to come here? So, for example, when I say that, um, I'm going to go back to the words that my guides just gave me a few minutes ago about like, oh, I'm done. I don't want to listen anymore. It's not my job. They should come to me. It's their turn. I've done all this work. Okay, I'm going to take it from that example. So, what does that mean? That means there comes a point where you are the one reaching out, reaching out, reaching out, and then you step away. And you're like, I've reached out enough. It's their turn to come to me. Perhaps at that moment, that is what is done and what is said and what is necessary. But then in the next moment, if you actually stay tuned in, you might feel and listen to your inner self and say, yeah, that's my ego and my pride getting in the way. Now, I'm not saying that spirit is saying reach out, reach out, reach out. What I'm saying to you is listen to your spirit, because what is going on, a lot of times our ego gets involved and says, "Well, no, you know what? They need to chase me. They need to come after me." I know for myself with my beloved, I haven't heard from him in a while and I really want to talk to him. And I think, "Why aren't you reaching out to me?" Of course, he probably is thinking the same thing. But what's funny is I've kind of stayed away. It was my birthday and I was hurt. I'm like, I don't want to remind him my birthday is tomorrow, so I didn't contact him. And I didn't or last it was last week, by the way. It was March 1st. But I didn't want to reach out to him like right before, because I'm like, I don't want to prep him for my birthday, because that's not right. He should just remember that. Well, he didn't, and he didn't contact me and I haven't heard from him. Now, yeah, we could take that as, oh my God, he doesn't love me, he doesn't care. But if I really step into it, I don't think it's about that. I mean, think about it. If he's in this place, then how the hell is he going to reach out to me? He's in his like, woe is me. I need to surrender to the world. I'm miserable and I'm unhappy and I don't know how to be okay. Like, if that's where he's at, how is he going to reach out from him? Now, does it mean I become a doormat? No. Does it mean I go back to the old patterns? Absolutely not. But what it does mean is I listen to my spirit. And so there's a little voice that's been playing in my head the last few days. And I've been ignoring it because, I wanted to. I'm just kidding. Actually, I wasn't feeling well. I didn't ignore it. But it's been playing in my head a little bit about how I should reach out to him. And it should be coming from a place of love. And I want to reach out to him, not because I think I should, not because I think I'm supposed to, not because I want to be a doormat, not because I need him to feel guilty about it, and not because um, that's what should happen. I want to reach out to him because I want to. And perhaps he needs to hear from me. Maybe he's like in this funk, and he needs to know from me that, okay, we can still talk. I'm not upset with you. I know you're in pain. It's okay. I'm still here. So it's about you just being able to recognize inside of you what it is that you might be doing to block you. And can I say, did I get into my little bit of ego? Absolutely. Last week after on my birthday, I was like, ugh, I don't want to hear. I'm just angry with him. I don't want to talk to him anymore. This is so frustrating. I want to be done. That was my feeling, and it did come through. That was my anger, but that was my childish anger, my little temper tantrum for my little 2-year old, my inner 2-year old. That that I let that plague me, and of course I could choose that to be my stubbornness. I could choose that to be my tension. I could choose that to be who I really am, but that is not who I really am or represent who I really am. I could choose that. In any given moment, I have the ability to choose, just as all of you do, the ability to choose truth or ego, love or ego, love or fear, soul or ego. So many times I've been on the phone with my beloved and he will say stuff to me. We haven't talked in a little while and I'm angry about something, or I've been angry because he didn't contact me or whatever. And we go on the phone and I feel this tension build and I'm like, rah, I don't want to talk to you. Like, how dare you act all nice and kind to me when you just kind of disappear and you didn't even talk to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I could stay in that energy, or I could just choose to go with, wait a minute, I love this man and I want to like have a relationship with him and I want to care for him and I want him to care for me and I want to always love him. I never want to resent him. So I had that choice in that moment. And I also have the choice to like shut down my heart. And it's not me to shut down my heart, but it is a potential because of being hurt. What do? We want to protect. So I think that's what the divine feminine card is all about, is like looking inside. Where might you be blocking union? Where might you be blocking communication or connection? Okay. Now on to the relationship card and the union card. And I absolutely love this card. Okay, so I'm singing. I don't know why. I just felt the need to. Um, 10 of Wands. Let me show that to you. Oops. 10 of Wands, a beautiful card. You can see a little fairy with this beautiful rainbow butterfly and all these white butterflies dancing. And if you can see, there's a gate. There's a gate over here. So when I look at this card, what jumps up to me, a few things jump out to me immediately, is both people are going to come into a place where their emotions are contained. They're not there yet. They're going to be contained. And this to me feels like magic is going to happen. I feel springtime and I actually feel springtime. I mean, it's beautiful out today in Connecticut, but then tomorrow we're getting snow. Don't ask. It's climate change, but it's also New England. Um, we are moving into that energy of the spring equinox. This just symbolizes spring, new beginnings, warmth, fun, love, joy, bliss. That's what I see with this card. And when I look at this card a little closer, I look at the butterflies. I'm really pulled to the butterflies and I see the rainbow one. And to me, that is like the transition and the changes that are happening. And outward, we send out that light and that love to spirit, that love to the world. That's the white butterflies are. I really feel good about this card. I feel like joy. I feel bliss. I feel like the butterflies are representing a new level of peacefulness being achieved, a new level of balance in the relationship being achieved. I feel like with the open gate above, it's like there's always an opening and welcoming, and that both beloveds will connect to each other and feel safer with each other in communication. I also feel when I look at this, I look at the bunny. Oh, I didn't even notice the bunny earlier, but it's just drawing me to it right now. When I look at the bunny, and I'll show that to you in a moment, I feel like this fairy is sitting there with her magical wand and just like letting magic happen and knowing that she can do all this. But she's also feeding the bunny. And to me, that she's feeding her creativity and she's feeding her dreams, because I think of bunnies as like fertility. So let me show that to you. Do you see the little bunny over there? Right here's the bunny, and she's feeding the bunny. So I feel like it's like feeding her dreams and feeding her truth, and it feels magical, honestly. Um, it feels like spring, like spring. It feels like spring. And we are coming upon spring in the northern hemisphere, and we are coming upon the vernal equinox, and I feel powerful stuff with this equinox. So that is my message for you today, and I hope that helped you in some way. And again, I rambled. I'm sorry I do that. I am hoping to come back by Sunday for the full moon. I believe it's Sunday. I don't know. I have to look to make sure I'm accurate. I don't know. But it feels like it's coming up. And I wish you all well. I wish you love and joy and happiness in your day, every day, no matter what's going on. So my suggestion is to begin your day with I choose to be happy today, and then see what happens. Um, the other thing that I want to mention is you're all welcome to be on my meditation call on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is, if you sign up for it, you'll receive information tomorrow or anytime tomorrow or after in order to log into the meditation. It will either be on webinar, which I'm hoping is going to work. I have to test it again. I already tested it twice and it worked, but I'm scared. I'm scared since it like died on me several times before, which makes it really exciting to me because that means I can do my manifestation workshop in a few weeks. I also want to mention that so the link will be inside here for the meditation. I also want to mention that there is so much going on. Help one another. Let us help each other and let us be there for one another. So if I can be of service to you, please feel free to contact me and let's see what we can do together to clear any blocks or help you find your way. Um, so I wish you love and blessings. Namaste and blessed union to you.